In this video, I'm going to show you how to install a Reme Halo whole home air purifier by RGF. To get the maximum life out of your Reme Halo, it needs to stay on all the time, even when the fan motor isn't on. Now this is opposite of the LED version that has to cycle on and off, so make sure you know which unit is best for your installation. Out of the box, the Reme Halo comes with a transformer, screws, wire nuts, an adhesive foam gasket, power cord, and an aluminum sealing ring made from foil tape. I think it helps to make a cleaner install when you use these crimp connectors as well.
Always make sure to cut power to the furnace first. You can do this at the breaker panel or flip the switch next to the furnace. It's recommended whenever possible to install on the supply plenum just after the air handler. So determine which side is the supply and identify where you'll have enough room to accommodate for the mounting plate, and pay attention to the airflow direction arrow. Once you determine where you're going to place the unit, you can use the center of the mounting gasket as your template. Trace the outline, then make your cut. If the plenum is sheet metal, you'll need to use the appropriate metal cutting tool to get the job done. I used a drill with a 3 1/4 inch hole saw. If you're putting the access hole above the evaporator coil, when you drill the hole into the ductwork, be careful not to drop the metal piece from the hole you're drilling. If your plenum is insulated ductboard, a razor knife should get the job done. To ensure a good seal, clean the surface around the opening. Peel off one side of the gasket and apply it to either the unit or the plenum. Remove the other side of the adhesive backing and insert the Reme Halo into the opening, ensuring that the airflow arrow is pointing in the direction the air will be flowing. Then press firmly all around. After pressing it together, secure the unit with the provided screws through the holes on the mounting plate. Next, apply the aluminum sealing ring or comparable foil tape that complies with local codes. Press firmly around the entire surface to ensure an airtight seal. Finally, insert the outer plastic housing into the opening and twist to lock it in place. Now we can move on to the electrical connections. The Reme Halo must be installed using the supplied transformer. I've got enough room inside the furnace to mount this transformer next to the circuit board and the other transformers. This is a standard 120 volt furnace, so I'll be using the black and white wires on the high voltage side of the transformer. If your furnace is a different voltage, adjust how you wire the transformer accordingly. Refer to the wiring diagram on the transformer if you aren't sure. I find it easier to prepare my connections before I mount the transformer. I'm going to trim and cap off the wires I'm not going to be using. You may need to strip your wires depending on the size of your wire end caps. I'm just going to use my lineman pliers to crimp the end caps onto the red and orange wires. I'm going to put a quick splice spade connector on the black wire and a female spade connector on the white wire. Use your pliers again to crimp the connectors onto the wires. Next, strip the yellow and blue wires. Now I'll mount the transformer. After determining the best place for the transformer, I use a self-tapping sheet metal screw to pre-drill a hole to make it easier to attach it. You can also use a pre-existing hole if it's in the right spot and it works for you. I used a flexible extension on the end of my screw gun to make things a little easier to reach. Locate the L1 terminal on the circuit board. There's probably already a black wire connected. Disconnect that and connect the quick splice connector we attached to the black wire from the transformer, then connect the quick splice connector to the L1 terminal. Locate an open terminal on the neutral section of the circuit board and plug the white wire from the transformer there. When you run the power cord from the unit into the furnace cabinet, you need to use a plastic grommet to protect the wire. The wires on the transformer aren't long enough to reach the Reme Halo using the supplied power cord, so I'm going to use some thermostat wire to extend it. Since I used the thermostat wire, I'm going to use the yellow and blue connectors to keep things consistent with the colors of the wires coming off the low voltage side of the transformer. Strip the wires and wire nut them to the power cord. It doesn't matter which wire goes to which on the power cord. Next, strip the other end of the thermostat wires and wire nut them to the corresponding colors, yellow to yellow and blue to blue. Here's a diagram to show you what I did. We should be done in the furnace cabinet, so I'm going to go ahead and put the doors back on and button that up. Plug the power cord back into the Reme Halo unit and power the furnace back on. You should see a red light indicating that the unit is on. Fill out the UV caution sticker and apply it to the ductwork. It's recommended to replace the cell every 2 years to maintain the optimum effectiveness of the unit. And that's how you properly install a Reme Halo by RGF.
So if you don't feel like trying it yourself, any HVAC company should have technicians that would be able to help you with this. Thanks so much for watching. See ya.